Hello, welcome to Glow's Kindred Kitchen, and I'm Glow. Well, today I wanted to share a recipe with you that my mother had made many times through the years, and it was always very refreshing, especially in the summertime. And it's a great recipe for Jello to encourage your children to really like vegetables as well. All of my brothers as well as myself enjoy vegetables, and I think part of it is my mother used to always include vegetables in almost, everything, at least one time a meal, one of the things that she made for the meal. And as a young child, I remember she would put it in this Jello, and we all liked it. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm doing is I'm making a double batch, which is what my mother always did as well. But since it's just Richard and I anymore, I usually just do a 3-ounce pack of the lime Jello. But today I'm doing 2 of them because we're having people for dinner. But anyway, I have 1 pack in there right now, and it's lime Jello. I'm going to put the other one in. And I'm sure you could use whatever flavor of Jello you wanted. I just recall her using the lime, so that's what I've always done through the years. So the next thing you want to do is make sure you have hot water. So I've got water here boiling. And so since I'm doubling this recipe, I need 2 cups of boiling water. There. There's a little bit of water left in that pot, so I'm okay with leaving it there on that burner. But if you didn't have any water left in that pot, of course you wouldn't want to do that because you don't want to ruin the pot. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to slowly pour this boiling water into this Jello. The reason I'm doing that is so that I can dissolve all of this Jello. And you want to just keep stirring this. It takes about 1 to 2 minutes to get it completely dissolved. I probably should have put a towel or something underneath this, being that this is granite. But I'm going to go ahead and continue to stir this. In fact, what I could do, and I am going to do, is I'm going to just put this dish on.
Don't move too quick.
Yeah.
Slosh it over the side.
On here. That way it'll keep it warmer. So I'm going to continue to stir this until it's completely dissolved. And I'll be back, and then we're going to add the cold water. Okay, so I've got this lime Jello all dissolved in this boiling water. So the next step is you want to add, the recipe on the box says 2 cups of cold water. I always do like 1 3/4 cup because I find that it sets up better, especially when I'm adding extra stuff. So let's see. Yep, that's 1 3/4. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. So I'm going to get this stirred together, and then I'm going to put this in my freezer today to set up quicker. You can actually use ice cubes instead if you want, but I have room in my freezer to do that. So that's what I'm going to do. If you're going to do that, or even in the refrigerator, watch it, because you don't want this to set up completely, because we're going to be adding our vegetables to it. And I'll be right back after I put this in the freezer, and we're going to go over the vegetables that we're going to be including in this. I'll see you back in a moment. Well, I got the Jello in the freezer to start to set up, and it'll probably be between a half an hour, an hour. I'm going to check on it though at a half an hour mark. So in the meantime, I wanted to show you what I do for my vegetables. My mother always did celery and carrot, and she grated the carrot. So I peeled my carrot, and I'm going to just cut off the large end. And I'm going to put that, I've washed all of this, I'm going to put that over here because I'm going to use that for broth. I have a big bag in my freezer that I save with all the trimmings and stuff for broth. And here you can see I got celery leaves and stuff, which are awesome for that.
Yep.
So anyway, what I do is I use the large grater. You can also use the fine. I recall when I was little, she used the fine setting over here. But we, as adults, we do this. So just going to go ahead and grate this. So that's how you do that. I already have one carrot in here. So this is the second one. They're both about the same size. I'm not going to continue with this. That way you can see, you know, what I'm doing. But when I add this all to my Jello, if I decide I have too much or something, I'm going to save whatever I have left because I'm making a tossed salad for dinner anyway. So if I have anything left, I'm going to put it in our salad. So I wanted to show you too what I do with my celery. So I cut off my ends of my celery and you can see a blemish there. So what I do is I take my knife and I just pull it down and I get, you know, all of this off here too.
All the hair.
Well, I call it like celery threads. Everybody has a different term for it, but
Celery what?
you like threads or
threads, yeah.
that's what it kind of reminds me of. But I just pull them off. So that's what I'm doing. Or de-stringing it is another term. So, because, you know, even as an adult, it's not fun to have that in your food.
No,
it gets caught in your teeth and it's just not pleasant.
No thanks.
So that's what I do. And then what I do is I cut it in half and then I cut it into strips. And you want it like small bite-sized strips. I mean, you could do it in larger. You know, whatever, it's your kitchen, so you do it exactly how you want. This is usually the way we do it, though. This one seems a little bit big still to me, so I'm just gonna cut it. There we go. So then I just put these together, and then I just cut it. And that's all there is to it. So this total here is 3 ribs of, you know, about the same size as celery. So that's all there is to it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this off. I'm going to check the Jello in about a half hour to see where it's at. And in the meantime, I'm going to have a cup of coffee. So I'll be back in a little bit and we're going to go on to the next step.
Sounds good, Ms. Glow. Bye-bye.
Well, I just took the Jello out and it took 35 minutes. See, and that's about the consistency you want it. So now we're going to be adding our celery and our carrots. What I use is a bench scraper. I find it easy to do. So let's go ahead and just sprinkle some of the celery around. I would say I probably have about 2.5 cups of celery here. Just looking at this, I'm probably going to be using the majority of this. But we like a lot of vegetables in it.
Yeah, I would say put it all in.
Maybe not all the carrot, but we'll see.
Well, then I'll eat the rest that's left over.
That's probably about 2 cups of each. Let's just stir this around. Yummy. Maybe a little bit more carrot. I'm just trying to get it all mixed up in here really good. Look at that. Think that's enough, Richard?
Yeah, probably.
I think it is. Because you want to taste the Jello as well.
Right.
Yummy. So anyway, I'm going to put this in the refrigerator now to finish. It should be totally set, I would say, within a half an hour or so. But you can see how easy this is. So I'll be back when this is totally set and we're going to sample it together. Well, it's been a half hour and look at that, you guys. Delicious Jello salad. This is so refreshing. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of it so we can sample it together. This just makes such a wonderful side, whether it's for lunch, dinner, or even a snack. Mmm.
It's crunchy, I can hear it.
So refreshing with that carrot and that celery in there. Look at that, you guys. I'm sure it would be good with almost any flavor of Jello.
Oh yeah.
I recall when our kids were young, I used to send them a little container of this in their lunch sometimes. And every once in a while it would come home, but there'd be something else in the lunchbox as well as the empty container. And I'd ask them and they said, well, I traded because another kid wanted my Jello. I always kind of laugh about that, but it is so good.
Was it a Twinkie?
It was some kind of a dessert. I don't know what.
Hostess cupcake.
It could have been. This brings back so many memories as well. If you never had anything like this, give it a try. I think your whole family would enjoy it, and it makes such a great side or even a snack. So anyway, I want to thank you for joining us today. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do. Give me a like or a thumbs up, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye.